Step back in time in Seoul. Taste goodness in Paris.
It stands for biological, organic, and natural.
And enjoy a unique barbecue experience in Dubai. Wednesday. Unique hotels and restaurants at 8:35 on Pearl.
Welcome back. Rwandans on Monday marked the 20th anniversary of the Central African country's 100-day genocide that saw 800,000 people murdered. The commemoration was attended by leaders and officials from around the world, but as Alain Bouchnia reports, there was no representative from France.
Thousands of Rwandans packed the country's main sports stadium. 20 years ago, militia, mainly from the Hutu ethnic group, began 3 months of machete and gunfire attacks on Tutsis and moderate Hutus. A minute of silence was punctuated by the screams of survivors. Rwandan President Paul Kagame renewed accusations against France, an ally of the Rwandan government at the time, of not only not doing enough to stop the genocide, but even training militia to take part.
The people who planned and carried out the genocide were Rwandans. But the history and root causes go beyond this beautiful country. People cannot be bribed or forced into changing their history. And no country is powerful enough, even when they think they are, to change the facts.
France was banned from attending the ceremony by the Rwandan government. The French government has acknowledged mistakes in its dealings with Rwanda, but denied training the Hutu militias. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon also acknowledged mistakes on the part of the international community.
On my first visit to the Kisoji Memorial, I heard and felt the silence of death, the silence of all those lost, and the silence of the international community in your hours of greatest need. We could have done much more. We should have done much more.
President Kagame was then joined by dignitaries for a candlelight vigil. Kagame is a Tutsi who led an army into Kigali to stop the genocide. He's won praise for his advancement of women's rights, economic development, and health care. But critics say progress has been marred by the government's authoritarian control and heavy-handed treatment of opposition members. Alan Bouchnia, TVB News.
Back in Hong Kong, an Indonesian domestic helper, Ariana Sulistianingsih, allegedly battered by her former employer for months last year, went to visit a lawyer today to help with evidence for the case. Yesterday, after her return to Hong Kong, she was driven to the Indonesian Consulate General under police escort, instead of staying at a shelter for migrant workers as planned. The Indonesian Migrant Workers Union held a protest outside the consulate today. More from Rani Samtani.
After spending the night there, Ariana left the Indonesian Consulate General at around noon. Under police protection, she boarded a private car to go see a lawyer in Wan Chai. In the morning, around 60 members of the Indonesian Migrant Workers Union marched to the consulate to stage a protest.
Today we are so angry with the Indonesian consulate regarding the arrangement for Ariana, because last night we also met with Ariana, and then she feel not comfortable, she feel not happy, because she like in the prison.
The union accused consular officials of forcing Ariana to stay there, along with her father, lawyer, and friends traveling with her. According to the union, Ariana was told that if she chose to stay elsewhere, the consulate would not follow up on her case. The 23-year-old domestic helper was allegedly abused by her former employer for 7 months. Ariana stayed at a hospital in Java for more than 20 days after going back to Indonesia in January. Accompanied by her father, she returned to Hong Kong yesterday and will stay for about a week while she undergoes medical examinations. Ronnie Santani, TVB News.
The amount of shark fin products imported here has seen a substantial decrease. Meanwhile, the government has been urged to do more to help reduce consumption. Joao da Silva reports.
The local shark fin trade is feeling the pinch as public opposition grew. Last year, the amount of shark fin imports declined by 34.7%. Re-export volumes, meanwhile, dropped by 17.5%. Underlying this is a big 90% drop to the mainland, which resulted in Vietnam taking the #1 spot among Hong Kong's re-export markets.
I think that it's the contribution of many of the stakeholders, including the government, the individual and caterers, and also the corporations. Because when in 2013, we know that the Hong Kong government and also the China government had done something about to ban the shark fin soup on their official reception.
There is a direct correlation between this sharp decline in the import of shark fin products and the rising popularity of shark-free banquets. This wedding planner noted a rise of 20% in the number of customers asking for shark fin-free banquets. He added that in many cases it's not the couples themselves, but their parents who come up with the idea of keeping the item off the menu. WWF Hong Kong is urging the government to comply with international obligations under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. They want the government to better track the species and origin of all shark fin products coming here. Joao da Silva, TVB News.
All right, James, over to you for sports.
That's right. We begin in the Champions League. Chelsea going all out in the Champions League after losing 3-1 to Paris Saint-Germain in the quarterfinal first leg clash. Samuel Eto'o has a hamstring injury, but manager Jose Mourinho still believes his side can overcome the odds in the return leg at Stamford Bridge later tonight.
But at 7:45, we have chances to be in the semi-final. So we have to be at 7:45 with a smile on our faces, going, play, give everything. At 9:30, let's see what happened. But at 7:45, we believe that we can do it.
In the other match, Real Madrid may be without Cristiano Ronaldo, who has a sore knee. They carry a 3-0 lead into their second leg battle against Borussia Dortmund. The German side will get a boost tonight when striker Robert Lewandowski returns from suspension. Well, Tottenham posted a big win over Sunderland in the English Premiership last night. The visitors took the lead at White Hart Lane in the first half. Lee Cattermole scored after a mistake by the Spurs defense. Emmanuel Adebayor scored the equalizer later in the half. After the break, it was all Spurs. Harry Kane put the home side ahead for good. Tottenham then scored 3 more times. Christian Eriksen was among those finding the target. Tottenham rolled 5-1. Relegation-plagued Sunderland stays at the bottom of the standings. Well, the University of Connecticut reigns supreme in American college basketball. UConn beat Kentucky in the NCAA championship game. Connecticut in white never trailed in this one. Shabazz Napier scored 22 points to lead the Huskies. The Kentucky Wildcats closed the gap to within 1 point with just over 8 minutes left in the second half, but that's as close as they could get. UConn pulled away for a 60-54 win. This is their second NCAA men's title in 4 years.
And that's the news for tonight.
Good night.
changes everything. The all-new Audi A3 sedan.
Live wider awake with Beauty Rest. The only mattress that combines the support of Beauty Rest pocketed coil technology with the comfort of air-cool memory foam. Beauty Rest. It's you, fully charged.
Sun Life Financial presents The Weather Report is brought to you by Sun Life Financial.
Good evening. The weather was mainly cloudy with isolated heavy showers. And as tonight's situation chart shows, Tropical Storm Pipa was centered about 1,290 kilometers southeast of Manila. It is forecast to move northwest or west-northwest slowly towards the Philippines. Today's temperatures ranged from 18.8 to 21.1 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 88 and 99%. Moderate easterly winds. The current temperature is now 21 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 96%. 27.5 millimeters of rainfall has been recorded since midnight. So Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow?
Oh.
It will be cloudy, a few showers at first. There will be sunny intervals tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 20 and 24 degrees. It will be mainly cloudy in the next couple of days, generally fine and warm over the weekend. Tomorrow's Air Quality Health Index is forecast at low to moderate. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 6. And here's the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, cloudy in Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu. Cloudy in Beijing, sunny in Seoul and Tokyo. Bright in Bangkok, thunderstorms in Manila. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, rain in Jakarta. Bright in New Delhi, sunny in Karachi, bright in Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo. Showers in Brisbane, cloudy in Sydney, rain in Melbourne. Cloudy in Toronto. Rain in Vancouver, sunny in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Cloudy in London, sunny in Paris and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.
It was brought to you by Sun Life Financial. Life's brighter under the sun.
As long as you don't doubt yourself, everyone else will eventually fall in line.
So what's the plan, boss?
Don't call me boss. How exactly are we being evaluated?
By not screwing up.
If we didn't need your kind, I would gladly depower all of you. Prove to me that you belong here.
The Tomorrow People, tonight at 10:40 on Pearl.
Manda pra tirar da cabeça o que não sai do coração e a emoção. Zum zum toma conta da razão e devagar.